Welcome where curiosity becomes dangerous. We always thought the moon would be there, watching, constant, loyal. But one morning it was gone, and the world quickly learned just how fragile everything really was. Prologue. The night the tides stopped, it began without warning. No explosion, no light. The moon simply vanished. At 3:14 a.m. UTC, every observatory in the world reported the same thing. No reflection, no shadow, no orbit. Telescopes found only empty sky where the moon should have been. The ocean was the first to notice. Tides froze mid-motion. Whales surfaced in confusion. And in coastal towns, people stood on beaches staring at the horizon, a sea that no longer breathed. Part 1. The world without a rhythm. By dawn, chaos spread. Without the moon's gravitational pull, Earth's rotation began to drift. Days lengthened by seconds, then minutes. Clocks lost meaning. Animals lost their sense of migration. Birds flew in circles. Coral reefs began bleaching overnight. And for reasons no one could explain, human sleep patterns collapsed. People couldn't dream anymore. Even when they closed their eyes, it was as if the darkness was hollow. Doctors called it lunar deprivation, but as one patient whispered during an MRI scan, it's not that the moon is gone, it's that something took it. Part 2. The missing mass. Satellites confirmed what seemed impossible. The moon's mass hadn't been displaced. It had ceased to exist. No fragments, no orbiting dust, just gravitational void. And then, tiny fluctuations began spreading across the solar system, planets shifting slightly out of alignment, asteroids moving off course, as if a great balance had been broken. Dr. Kenji Sato from JAXA explained, "The moon isn't just a rock. It's the counterweight that keeps Earth steady. Without it, our planet started to wobble, a slow, unstoppable drift." Part 3. The first effects. The wobble triggered violent climate shifts. Winds reversed direction. Tsunamis reached cities that had never seen the sea. Temperatures spiked, then plummeted within hours. But the strangest phenomenon happened in the sky. At night, faint silver glows appeared where the moon should have been, ghost images, flickering like memories trying to return. Astronomers called them aftermoons. They looked like projections, echoes of light bending through space-time. But some people swore they saw shapes moving inside them, as if something alive was trying to push its way back into existence. Part 4. The message from space. On the 5th day, radio telescopes picked up a repeating pulse from deep space. Not from the moon's former orbit, but from beyond Neptune. The signal consisted of rhythmic gaps, binary codes spelling one word, over and over. Remember. The pulse synchronized perfectly with what used to be the moon's orbit. It was as if the missing satellite was still there, just on a different frequency. Dr. Sato's team managed to partially reconstruct the waveform into sound. What they heard chilled everyone, a heartbeat. Part 5. The return of the tides. 7 days after the disappearance, tides suddenly surged back, but not where they belonged. Massive walls of water rose hundreds of meters high, traveling across the globe like living things. The oceans had remembered the moon's pull, but the moon wasn't there to guide them anymore. Entire coastlines were erased. The planet's rotation slowed further, and amid the chaos, strange luminous particles began falling from the sky. When collected, they emitted soft vibrations, frequencies identical to lunar rock. Scientists called them moon dust, but under microscopes, they behaved like living cells. Part 6. The Lunar Ghost. In Antarctica, researchers monitoring the aurora detected a glowing arc across the sky, a perfect halo of pale silver light stretching from horizon to horizon. Then, for the first time in weeks, a shape appeared within it. A sphere, dim, broken, translucent. The moon had returned, but it was only half there. It flickered like a hologram, and whenever people looked at it too long, they reported vivid hallucinations, memories they'd never lived, whole other lives, on worlds without oceans or sunlight. Dr. Sato's voice trembled during the broadcast. I think the moon is trying to remember itself through us. Part 7. The Second Night. As the ghost moon stabilized, global power grids surged with unexplained energy. The vibrations matched the frequency of human brainwaves during REM sleep. Then, for the first time in nearly a month, humanity dreamed again. Everyone, every human being on Earth, shared the same dream. A vast silver ocean beneath an eternal night. At its center, a voice whispered, "Thank you for remembering me." When the world woke up, the moon was fully back in the sky, but slightly smaller. Its orbit was different. Its surface changed. It reflected not sunlight, but something else. Something faintly alive. Epilogue. The memory of the moon. Months later, astronomers noticed a new feature on the lunar surface, a crater shaped like a human fingerprint. When mapped, its pattern corresponded perfectly to the global sleep frequencies recorded the night before the moon returned. The realization was horrifying and beautiful at once. We had dreamed the moon back into existence. Maybe that's what it always was, not a satellite, but a mirror for the human soul, a vessel for collective memory. And if it ever disappears again, it will be because we've forgotten to look up. Like, share, and subscribe before the sky forgets us again, because here curiosity never sleeps.